All in, and away they go. Not a bad start for them. Lady Calavera, one of the first to break with his competition for the lead. Indian Ocean ventures forward. Special Charm has the same idea. Lady Calavera drops into third, a length and a half behind the lead. Then comes Rarotonga Rose, the red sleeves and the striped cap. Bold Fortune is one from last, racing with Kwazzi'S Lady. And no real pace on down the back straight. They went past the 1600 and Indian Ocean won the battle for the lead. And she's keeping a lid on things. She's in front by one length over Special Charm, who races at the outside of Lady Calavera. They second and third respectively. Then about 2 lengths away, Rarotonga Rose and Bold Fortune. They together. Kwazzi'S Lady at the end of the field, 6 lengths in it as they commence through the final 1200 metres, and still Indian Ocean shows the way. No real change in the order with Special Charm, stable companion, a length down in second. Lady Calavera is third. Rarotonga Rose could be one prepared to make things spicy halfway through. That's at the outside of Lady Calavera, got an extra length closer. Bold Fortune and Kwazzi'S Lady are the last two as they head down towards the final 800 metres, and it's Indian Ocean in the lead, given a little bit more leather in front, a length and a half over Special Charm in second. Rarotonga Rose gets just ahead of Lady Calavera for third. Kwazzi'S Lady now one from last, and Bold Fortune dropped out to the rear, but still racing no more than 7 lengths off the leader. Indian Ocean straightened for home, now a 2-length leader at the top of the straight. Make that 3 over Special Charm in second. Then comes Rarotonga Rose. Lady Calavera in the yellow colours towards the inside. Now it's getting a lot closer. Further back to Kwazzi'S Lady and Bold Fortune in between horses. Lots to play for past the 400, and Special Charm has hit the front over Indian Ocean, Rarotonga Rose. Then Bold Fortune and Kwazzi'S Lady is towards the outside. Special Charm is still the leader. She maintains a 1.5 length lead over Indian Ocean, Kwazzi'S Lady, Rarotonga Rose, Bold Fortune flattened, and here's Kwazzi'S Lady now turning it on towards the outside rail over Special Charm, and Kwazzi'S Lady has beaten Special Charm. Third goes the way of Rarotonga Rose, and fourth up the inside was Indian Ocean. Towards the extreme right-hand side, the white sleeves and striped cap from near the back of the field, off a steady, probably worse than steady gallop, and she'll get the better of Special Charm, who was quick to commit. Indian Ocean tried to get away at the top of the straight, but her efforts were short-lived. Rarotonga Rose, as honest as ever over the extended distance, did well to run third, ran a nice third, but Kwazzi'S Lady picks up career win number 4, career earnings nearly at 250,000 rand.
All right, so there we go. That's how we open up the place accumulate, and the ever-consistent Kwazzi'S Ladies come through to win a cracking race again under Caden Brewer this afternoon. Well done to Alec Laird, well done to Gary Basil. Of course, Alec Laird, they're in partnership. They're good family mates as well, and it's really good to have them both at the course today, and not forgetting Caden's mom and dad, who's behind the camera. Let's talk a little bit about your family, because it's good to have them here at Turffontein. I know they're your biggest supporters, no doubt, and you must be very happy that you've been able to get one on the boards today for them.
Yeah, 100%. It's always nice to have them on the course. They're not always around in Joburg. They live down in Maritzburg, so I'm very happy to have them on the course. It's just nice to have a winner on the day, make it extra special for them to make the trip up. So yeah, very grateful for them to be here. I just want to say big thanks to Mr. Laird. He picked the race for this filly. I picked the other race, and he said to me he thinks it's a bit better if he runs it in this one, and it ended up working out, and I'm just very happy that he gave me the chance, and he put his trust in me to ride the filly. And I just want to say also a big thank you to Mr. Basil. He's here on course today. It's nice to have him. He's also a big supporter of mine. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just big thank you to everybody.
That's why you're the jockey and Alec Laird is the trainer. But serious note, I mean, she's really been so consistent. I like the way she got the job done. Let's talk a little bit about her hanging out, because that's her. Every time she looks like she's done enough, she goes towards the outside rail. I mean, you've got to know her like that.
Yeah, 100%. She's one of those horses that as she hits the front, she gets a bit lost and looks a bit for company. The other horse was around on the other side of her, and she was hanging out. But yeah, I've gotten to know her very well. She's so quirky filly, and I just get along with her very well, so I'm very grateful for that.
Beguiling a bit later on, what you expecting? I see a big price in the market at about 16 to 1.
Yeah, I worked him down on Monday. Mr. Labuskakni said to me, just, I'm expecting a good run. She worked very nicely. So I'm just hoping that she'll be there and thereabout. And I picked up the one in the last race from Mr. Puertas, and I'm just also hoping to be a bit competitive.
And then lastly, the wind. I want to talk about the wind because as you guys corner for home, it does look to be on and off. Strong headwind that's pushing through when you turn for home. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, 100%. It's one of those headwinds that actually catch you a bit off guard because I was behind and I had a nice, she was taking a bit of a hold, and as soon as I pulled her out, she almost hit like a flat spot from the wind actually hitting her in that motion, and then once she gained momentum, she was all right. But yeah, the wind is taking a toll on them today. But yeah, it shouldn't really be a big problem for the horses.
Well, Caden, good stuff. Keep up the good work. And of course to your sponsors, Ludam, well played.
Yeah, 100%. A big thanks to my sponsors. They've been supporting me from when I moved up to Joburg, so I really appreciate that for all the support, and a big thanks to Mr. Fullion as well.
Good stuff. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Good. There's Caden Brewer. Lovely to have him in the winners' enclosure, and I have it on good authority that his sponsors are watching Channel 240 at the moment. Well done, Mr. Laird. Good to see you as always. And yeah, she's been so consistent, hasn't she?
It's always nice to be here. Thanks.
Now tell us a bit about her. I mean, she needs the cover in the early parts of the race because I think that's when you get the best from her.
Yeah, look, especially going extended. She used to be like a 1,200-meter horse because we placed her up there, but. We worked it out thanks to Randall Simons. He took her at the Vaal one day. He says he switched off at the back and she flew. She almost won that day. So since then, that's how she races, and just saves it for the finish.
Look, I mean, we talk about the trip. I mean, there were 1 or 2 question marks about the 2,000 meters. I had no doubt in the back of my mind that if the speed is on and there's something to work with, she'll get the 2,000. Is that probably where she'll end up, not further?
I don't think she'll go much further, but I mean, it was a slowish race.
Yeah.
And the key was just to get her to relax,
And she did that well.
so she could come with a finish. Yeah. And I'm glad Gary made it. He was in Cape Town, but the rain pushed him away. There's so much rain there. He came back to Joburg, so he was on course for a change.
Mr. Led, you got some lovely runners today, I might add. Call to Glory. I mean, been so consistent. What are you expecting?
Yeah. She had a slight setback, so that's why she didn't run for 2 months. But she worked well enough, and look, the 2-year-olds have been giving the old horses a go, because the old horses they've been getting weaker every week. Another one gets out of the way, so there's not much left of the old horses. But I'm hoping she's above average and give it a good go.
Oriental Odyssey.
She's coming to hand. She's a nice little filly, and I'm hoping for a better run. I suppose if she runs third, I'm counting on her. I'm hoping for a third.
And then Royal Guard, I think he's not the finished article by any stretch of the imagination. Super impressive last time and still very green.
It's always hard first time out the maiden. It's not the sort of horse you tend to go for, but he's come out lowish in the weights, and I hope it's a big test today. If he can pull it off today, we've got a chance.
Well done, Mr. Laird. Always good to see you.
Thank you very much.
There we go. That's Alec Laird. Lovely to have him in the winners' enclosure. Gary Basil, lovely to have you at the course, Mr. Basil. And yeah, I mean, you've got a few horses in training at the moment, but this girl's done you so proud.
Yeah, Brandon, thanks very much for those kind words. I think I've got to say thank you to Alec. He bought this at the Cape Town sale a couple of years ago, and he didn't have a patron, and he asked me, please, would I be his partner? And it's been a fantastic partnership. We gave her a bit of a rest. She had a problem when she was 3, and she seems to be going through the division slowly now, so it's starting to pay off. Quite a nice horse to own.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got quite a few in training at the moment.
Fortunately, unfortunately, I do have, yes.
Yeah, look, I think when the bulls arrive, it becomes the most unfortunate part. But, I mean, you love the sport.
I do, and I like racing with the guys that I race with, and I love racing in partnerships because it's always about the celebrations afterwards. So, yeah, good luck to Alec. Well, thanks very much once again. And to all the guys out there who support us. And to Caden, I thought he rode it very well, but he's got to know her, and that's the way it has to be ridden in order to get the result.
Always good to see you, Mr. Basil, and well done over here.
Brandon, thanks very much.
Thank you very much. There we go. That's Gary Basil. Always good to see him. Always good to see Alec Laird as well. I'm going to get the winning groom in quickly as we wrap up this insert. Thank you very much. I know that Moffat's going to be representing the winning groom over here. Moffat, 1,500 Rand courtesy of World Sports Betting. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Well done.
Well done. Thank you very much. I'm so glad for this winner. This is not a disappointing theory.
Absolutely. Very nice to watch, and
yes,
obviously a good horse to follow going forward.
Yes, and I would like to say thanks for for the groom. He's a new groom for the stable, but he's lucky.
He's a lucky
He's
groom.
a lucky groom.
Well done, Moffat.
And I would like to say thanks for the grooms back at home, all of them. I would like to say well done to Steady Farm. They give us a nice horse this time.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad.
There we go. Thank you very much to Moffat. Always good to see Moffat at the races. He obviously does a lot of work back at the Alec Laird stables, and to all the grooms that do a wonderful job. There we go. Kwazzi'S Lady now becomes a 4-time winner. This one in partnership, Gary Basil and Alec Laird. Very well handled by Caden Brewer.